this is corruption, this is greed, everyone's trying to make money. We expected after being a smart city, we would be smart enough to solve this problem. The drains have been damaged, so you're making the issue even worse. All the soft areas have been paved, which is, I think, a very wrong thing to do. Do a survey and find out where the old drains are and to strategize. Are we going to see the roads dug up once again for doing up the drainage system? All the money making racket will be able to get the city back to what it was before, or at least what it was before smart cities started their work. We have to pull up the consultant and ask for accountability. Ask them who has done this. Whole group of Panjim citizens to say enough is enough. We can't take this any longer.
नमस्कार, आम्ही आसात स्मार्ट सिटी पणजे भितर आनी शेनवाराक एक 2 वरां गोंयान असो पावस पडलो, खास करून पणजे ऑलमोस्ट 95 mm पावस पडलो आनी ह्या पावसान पणजे बुट्टी हाडली. चडशे रस्ते उदका खाला गेले. इवन 18 जून रोडाचेर उदक भरिल्लें सदां भशेन. आमकां दिशिल्लें की फाटल्या 10-15 वर्सान पणजे हजारांनी कोटीचो एक्सपेंडिचर जाला. हजारांनी कोटी स्मार्ट सिटीच्या नांवाचेर मोडल्यात हांगा. पूण ते खंय गेले असो आतां लोक विचारपाक लागल्यात प्रश्न. कारण इतले करूनय बी जर हांगा बुडटा, पणजे बुडटा, जाल्यार ह्या स्मार्ट सिटीचो फायदो कितें? सो ताजे खातीर आमी आयज हांगा पळोवपाक आयल्या की पणजे कित्या खातीर बुडटा, कितें प्रॉब्लेम आसा. आनी मेन म्हणजे पणजेची ड्रेनेज सिस्टम जी इतले वर्सांची आशिल्ली ती ड्रेनेज सिस्टम सारकी आसा काय ना हें आमी पळोवपा खातीर आमी हांगा आयल्या. आनी आमच्या बरोबर आसात एक तज्ञ आनी ह्या विशयाचेर फाटलीं कितलींशींच वर्सां काम करता आनी पणजे खातीर धडपडटा, कितें कितें विशय सोदून काडत आसता. आनी एक्स कावन्सिलर पणजे म्युनिसिपालिटीची पॅट्रिशिया पिंटो आमच्या वांगडा आसा. आमी तांकां विचारया की हो प्रॉब्लेम कित्या खातीर जाता आनी हाका सोल्युशन कितें आसा. पॅट्रिशिया बाय, तुमकां वेलकम इन दीस शो. Now with just half an hour's or 1 hour's rain, Panjim flooded again. Now we were expecting that after all this work, Panjim could not flood this time, but it happened. Now what is the future? Now we are going to have 4 months of rainfall. So how Panjim will cope up with all these things? And why all these things happening actually? Now what is the use of smart city? When thousands of crores are spent in the name of smart cities and the basic things like drainage system is not taken care of, then what is the use? What, according to you, have done a lot of research on this, fighting all these years, what is the problem according to you?
See, about Panjim flooding now. Why does Panjim flood? Especially 18 June Road, areas like that. Why does it really flood so much? Is because sometimes when it happens, when the tide at that time is high, and at the same time you have a cloud burst, you have it raining very heavily, there's bound to be a flood. Now this has been happening over the years. We know that on 20th, the tide was very high at 9 o'clock in the morning and there was rain at that time, so definitely there would be flooding. But as this has been happening, we expected after being a smart city, we would be smart enough to solve this problem, because this is an issue that has been going on. But not only have the drains been planned to see to this problem, the drains have been damaged. So you're making the issue even worse. Very, very serious, the drains have been damaged. And these drains continuously have been going through that time to the damage stage continuously. I would like to explain to you exactly what is the drainage system in Panjim. Now we have the entire Altino Hill, then we have the plains and we have the river. We are so lucky to have a river so close to a city. You must understand that this is a reclaimed city. So in the 1930s, the Portuguese planned underground drains and done so systematically, because Panjim is a grid system. So through the roads, the drains would come down and the whole city would get drained out into the river. Now what happened is, over the years, these drains have to be maintained. you have the outlets going into the river. So that is the main city, which will take the main city area. These 10 drains that are there will take away the water to the river. Then you have Rua do Ore, which takes all the rain from Fontainhas and Mala into Rua do Ore. Then you have Miramar, which Santinez, that would drain out into the Santinez Creek. And further down also drains out into the creek and in some portions into the Arabian Sea. So it is so well designed that now over the years you have had construction coming out. All the soft areas have been paved, which is, I think, a very wrong thing to do. So you don't have soaking areas, you don't have sponge areas. So you're getting more water which is flowing into this. Now that is all the more necessary to maintain that old drainage system, to clean it up. Similarly,
how many drains are there?
There are 12, but we found 10.
All
10, yes, all on the DB mark. Now I'm taking you to one area that is next to Dempo House.
Yeah.
Now this drain comes taking the whole area from the top right up to the river. Okay, this drain itself is about 1.5, because I went.
Recently they found.
Yeah, no, yes, and I went down into the drain in 2000 at that time when it was being cleaned, full of shells and whatever that comes from the river. So it was very, very deep. So we managed to clean up that drain. That's how I told you there was no flooding.
1.5 meter is maintained.
The height, yeah, till the no, it was cleaned. Okay, and then we cleaned the drains that are further. Unfortunately, in the year 2003, works were taken up for the International Film Festival and the DB Marg was to be upgraded. At that time, this whole DB Marg was being broken up. So we said, please do not destroy the main drains. Unfortunately, we were told by ESG and the consultant who was SN Bobe that we are not interfering with your city, we are only doing the DB Marg. So you all look after your drains and we are doing the DB Marg.
But this is a crucial link.
I know, but what do you do when consultants tell you this? So the consultants built a parallel drain. That is their DB Marg drain to take the water from that side to this side. In the bargain, they broke the main drain, dismantled it completely. Now the problem was, how do we connect the city to their drain, because the invert level of that drain was higher than this original drain. So I have a picture here of that time which shows you how we struggled to connect this drain to this drain.
This is the old.
This was the old drain and this is the new one made. Now we had to connect it, and the invert levels being different, we had to make a drop chamber, which is not right. We made a drop chamber so the water drops into the chamber and only the overflow goes into the other drain. This is how this drain was damaged. Oh yeah. And then further down near the Kamath center, that other drain was demolished. So I don't know where that water goes. And then towards Menezes Braganza Hall, that drain was retained, and further on, I really can't tell you what's the situation of each drain. So this is what it is. Along with Government of India, decided to have this project to help with Panjim drains, okay? So they prepared this flood mitigation plan for Panjim. This is for smart city. It has been prepared. This is not a plan. This is not a solution, but this was a plan made for smart city to strategize how they are going to deal with the drains of Panjim. In fact, if you see this page, they have also taken into account the 18 June road, mitigation measures for 18 June road. Okay. It's already taken into account how we should do it. And most importantly, they have said that there should be a plan, complete consolidated plan of the drainage of Panjim, which unfortunately is not there. It's only what we prepared in 2002. But working on that plan, they could have added more and got the entire plan done. Now this survey has not been done. This plan,
What is the use of
this
making all
plan says do the survey. It's ironic to tell you that I'll show you when we go further how all the drains have been damaged, because you have main drains, you have cross drains that are connecting either side to this main drain, and that comes out here. So how the drains are being damaged, and after all the damage is done, I receive a letter dated 15th March, I receive it on 12th of April from Smart City saying we have formed this committee to do a survey and find out where the old drains are and to strategize. At this point in time, when you have already damaged all the drains, you're going to strategize now as to how.
Planned much before
Of course,
starting the work.
so do you mean to tell me that when you have told the High Court that all works are going to be completed by the 31st of May, the Chief Minister has gone on record to say that we won't have any problems in the rains because all works are going to be completed by 31st May. Are we going to see the roads dug up once again for doing up the drainage
So
system?
you are saying that drains are not done.
Oh,
They are
no.
not- They are in the same, or more than that. they are-
Worse than that, because
Very
what has happened is when you don't have a plan and you have different infrastructure coming into the city, you have sewage lines coming in, you have gas pipelines coming in, you have all other lines coming in. Each one is working on their own. So the sewage people are working on their own. As they're going along, they're breaking whatever they find. So they have gone.
There is nobody to take care of.
Nobody, no supervision, nothing for any works. The sewage manhole has come right in the middle of a drain. And I have those pictures which I will show you how they have damaged the drains. Now, how do you expect the city to be smart? I don't expect the city to be smart, and we just can't blame it on high tide. High tides have been here throughout.
Exactly.
High tide, rain throughout. There is a plan here to say you have to take care of the high tide. Work with hydrological experts and all to take care of the high tide.
The same amount of water was falling in Panaji
Exactly.
50 years back.
Yes.
or
The only
30
thing
years
it
back.
is more built up. So
Yeah.
they have said that there are solutions called nature-based solutions, NBS, which means that in our gardens we also have to try to make sponge areas so that extra water can go and wait there for some time in any open spaces, stay for some time. So when the tide goes down, that water can go. They have given solutions. Now, if you ask me, 3 gardens are being done in the city. One is the Francis Louis Gomish Garden in Kampal, one is I think the Collector's Garden, and one is the Mermaid Garden. Mermaid Garden work has started. Is the Smart City coordinating with the G Suda who is doing that work to see if they can coordinate drainage
So,
along with that?
Any precautions are taken to percolate the water?
Exactly.
to keep the,
Yeah, what I have seen in which we have we brought to the notice of the consultant in the Francis Louis Gomish Garden, they are making 2 concrete platforms. Why do we need these concrete platforms? We need sponge areas, we need more plants, we need something to take the water. So I don't know who's planning or who's doing what.
So they are not
According
given
to me,
any thought to
no,
drainage
this is
system.
all a money making racket. They've been given so much money to do work within so much time. So everybody is in a hurry.
Race
The
going on.
biggest problem is how are we going to go back to remedy this situation?
whole thing has to be dug up again.
I think so. I think so. It has to be dug up. The whole drainage system has to
Money
be
will
done.
literally go in water.
And I don't know if there's money to do it, or will there be money to do it, or all the money will be spent. We have also heard of how money is being siphoned here and there. That's another issue. But the issue is, will we able to get the city back to what it was before, or at least what it was before Smart City started their work?
You don't think it will be the
Not
same?
at all. Not
So
at
this
all.
monsoon we are-
It's this monsoon we are in for trouble. Flooding, of course, will coincide with the tide, but that's not all. It can even flood at other times. And in fact, I want to give you an example. I think it's people also who should come forward to see what's happening and voice their concerns at that time. It was last year in the month of February when I live in Kampal, so we heard these machines coming to dig up the road. So I ran out and asked them, what are you all doing? No one from Smart City, no one from CCP, only the worker with his machine. And he was breaking up this road and he says, we are looking for the manholes, sewage manholes. I said, you don't have a plan. Nobody has a plan. You have to break the road to look for manholes. I said, please stop this work. I phoned the mayor, phoned Smart City that I'm stopping the work and stop the work. Then I asked for the plan. I said, get me the plan, not only the sewage plan, the entire, because we have underground water supply, we have underground electricity there, and we have our old drainage system. Our roads have not flooded. So we have all this. So we didn't want this new infrastructure that they're putting in to damage that. Not that we don't want infrastructure. We citizens have to be alert and we have to do something about this. If the consultant...
Is it too late now?
I think
Given
now
the amount of money and
spent, but I think now, even if it's too late, we have to pull up the consultant and the Smart City people, but the consultant, because he's taken a fee on every part of the project. Let him return that money to us. With that money, at least we can redo the roads.
Accountability for that money?
I don't know. So the consultant should return the money. This is not clean money for him because he has actually damaged the city. If you notice, even our footpaths have been made like drains. Yesterday, did you see in front of Value building, Value Filish? Down. The footpath is lower. They have made the road level higher and the water coming into the footpath. So it was gushing like a drain. How can this be accepted? If you are a consultant, you should know what you are doing.
Have you seen consultant going around and looking?
There's nobody supervising, nothing. And I think they have to be made accountable. I think we should all go, all Panjim people who are ready to come, let's all go to the Smart City and ask for accountability. Ask them who has done this, which is the consultant, call that consultant there. We need
Somebody
to do it.
must
We
be
can't keep
accountable to
quiet.
this.
Oh, of course. And we have to do it. But if people are ready to stick their necks out, that is one problem that I find. Many want to shoot from somebody else's shoulder.
Local representatives, MLAs, nobody is taking responsibility.
Nobody, all the
the
corporators should come out. They should see what is happening.
Operator on the road.
Yeah, I think they should all, if they haven't, at least let us come out now. Let's come out, let us do something now before all is lost. Maybe there still is money where we can remedy something. I don't know. But if it can be done, I think we should do it now.
Yeah. So what has to be done? What you are suggesting? What can be done now?
I don't know. We'll have to, this plan, we'll have to go back to the drawing board. Start from the drawing board. Start from scratch because they have not done it. They've just gone and done what they want to do. I don't know, call it a joke, call it whatever, but with citizens, we have to go back to the drawing board. And you know, they're supposed to consult citizens, that is part of the Smart City thing. They form committees of citizens, but they don't have meetings. They don't have meetings. That one committee that was formed with some citizens on it, they never met, and some of the citizens did not even know they were on the committee. Now there is another committee formed, and there are two people representing the citizens. One is the president of Rotary Club and one is the president of Goa Chamber of Commerce. Now I have no idea if any meetings were held and if this was discussed. So
they don't want public consultation.
I don't, but it's part of the Smart City thing. You have to have public consultation. So if they've not done it, I think we should go and say, come on, enough is enough. We have to sit
think
now.
There should be a white paper on Smart City.
Of course. It's a scam. It's a scam. In fact, I have to mention this. The first CEO, Mr. Pal Chowdhury, he was there. There was a big scam. They filed a complaint. Smart City filed a complaint against him. There was an FIR. He's disappeared, and I believe nobody can find him. So this is the way things happen. Where's our money gone? Oh yes, anyone can go and there's no accountability at all. Now I'll show you just this drain because I brought this up also with, these are a lot of drains, okay? I'll just show you this one. Hold this, I'll show you this one. Now, this is exactly next to Skylark Apartments behind Govinda building. and decide you have mojo and all that, okay? Now, if you look at these slabs are from the old Portuguese drainage system that were existing here. They've just been discarded, they've broken the system and thrown off the slabs. What you see here is the cross drain that is coming from that side to bring water to this drain. This drain takes the water to the drain in front of Hotel Fidalgo and it comes to the river, okay? So that's the way it works. Now the consultant decides that all these drains are blocked, they're full of mud. I accept from 1930 to now, many drains will be full of mud, but we have cleaned so many. Like I told you, I went into the drains and and we saw that they were cleaned. So if we have cleaned it, no, they're saying discard it because it's full. And then decided to put pipes instead of drains. Can you imagine? So I asked the smart city, you're putting pipes instead of drains.
Reduce the flow.
How are you going to clean the pipes? And you know what they tell me? Oh, we've already thought of that. We are going to get machines and give it to the CCP where the CCP will be able to clean those pipes. So you're investing now in machines. Then you have to see who's going to maintain those machines and you'll blame CCP, oh, they did not maintain the machines, they didn't do a good work. But that's not all.
Even without machines also they could not clean it.
Exactly. That's not all. Now when I went for a meeting, like when they want to redo the drains, I've written a letter that I'm not ready to be a part of this committee because it's a farce. But when I'd gone for the first time when they called us, because I didn't know what they were doing, at that time I'm told that the idea of the pipe system has been discarded. So one day you decide that we'll put a pipe system. Call people, please try to understand the damage that is being done to your city. If you do not make a noise now, do not complain later. Do not complain. But unfortunately, we are also will be in that damage that has been done. So this is what we are planning to do. These are all the old drain slabs which have been discarded and thrown away. And now you want to do a survey of the drainage system. You tell me whether this makes sense or doesn't make sense.
Absolutely.
They're trying to pull wool over people's eyes. What is this? The horse has already bolted and now you want to have
You've already damaged the entire system.
And this is what it is.
And then another hundreds of crores will be spent on repairing this.
On repairing this whole thing. And no, the problem is, can it be repaired? That is another problem. Can it be repaired? Now there is another issue where I had gone near the Garcia de Horta and I saw them digging up the road and laying a gas pipeline very haphazardly, and I thought we got to take care when we lay a pipeline. So I asked the boy there who I think is a contractor. He was talking to me in Hindi, and in my broken Hindi I tried to ask him, you are putting this gas pipeline but you have damaged the drain. Have you informed anybody? I can see the cross drains there that you have cut. Have you informed? Oh, that smart city will do. Have you informed smart city? No, they should see. This is what he said. So there was nobody supervising.
Multiple agencies doing
what they want. Each one is doing their own thing. So then I phoned the CCP and I asked them. I said, I phoned the engineer and I said, they are doing this gas pipeline. Who is doing it? It is a contract given by CCP earlier, so that work is going on and they are doing it now along with smart city. That's what I heard. So I said, do you have the plans of the gas pipeline? No plans. No plans. So now they have written to the gas company, some name they gave me, the office is in Porvory, yes. Please provide us, you've already dug. You've connected some houses, but you do not have the drawing. CCP doesn't have the drawing, neither does Smart City have the drawing of the gas pipeline. Tomorrow some gas is damaged, some sewage lines. There's no consolidated plan of all the infrastructure that has gone into the city.
How they got to give the permissions for this?
I don't know. I don't know.
CCP must have given the permission for...
They've given, but no plans. No plan. So who's accountable and what can we expect? Why damage the city? They should have left it as it was. They should not have touched it. I wish Panjim was never selected to be a smart city because I think we were much smarter before.
And what they are expecting now in the monsoons, what kind of
I don't know. We only have to wait and see whether even when the tide is not there, whether there is flooding, whether water is flowing, when the tide comes up. we are so lucky that day on 20th, the next high tide was at 9 o'clock at night. We are so lucky there was no rain at 9 o'clock at night. Otherwise, we would have had another flood at 9 o'clock at night. Are people going to sit and watch tides and say, my God, it's going to rain, let us put barriers against our shops? Are we going to be doing that? And that's how we are smart? I don't know. So we have to do something.
Bad to worse.
We're going from bad to worse. We're going from bad to worse. And I think basically I can say this is corruption. This is greed. Everyone's trying to make money, and like Pal Chowdhury has disappeared, all the others will disappear, and we poor Panjamites will be left here to bear the brunt of what they have done. 500 rupees, it must have cost 5,000 rupees. You know what quotations are. From a whole group of Panjim citizens to say enough is enough. We can't take this any longer. CCP is sort of washing its hands off, saying smart city. Smart city says we are handing over to CCP. So everybody is passing on the buck. So I think we have to do something. Otherwise it will be too late. We will not be able to solve this problem. We would have lost. This was one of the best cities. Not only in Goa, I think in whole of India. Whole of India, this was one of the best cities. And this city has been treated this way. I mean, what can we say of others? I think others must be happy that they were not selected as smart city. We thought we would get something smart. Unfortunately, this is what we got.
आमी हांगा पळोवया अशें आमी आतां पळयलां आनी पॅट्रिशा बायन आमकां जें चित्र आमच्या दोळ्या मुखार तयार करून दाखयलां तें पळयत जाल्यार कितलें भयानक आसा आनी इतलो भंय दिसता की हाजे फुडें पणजेचें कितें जातलें. पण स्मार्ट सिटी करपा खातीर आमी फुडें सरले आनी आयज स्मार्ट सिटीच्या नांवाचेर पणजे जें पळय चल्लां आनी खास करून आमकां वयल्यान सगळें बरें बरें दिसचें पडटलें. पूण जी ड्रेनेज सिस्टम जी पोंदां आसा ती पयलीं सुरू करपाक जाय आनी ती पयलीं एक्चुली स्मार्ट जावपाक जाय आशिल्ली. ताजेर ती डॅमेज करून आयज स्मार्ट सिटी तयार जाता आनी हाजे फुडें आतां पावस येवपाचो आसा. पावसान पणजेचें कितें जातलें तें आमकां पळोवचें पडटलें. कारण पळय सॅटर्डे आमी ऑलरेडी एक ताची झलक घेतल्या. सो अशे तरेची परिस्थिती पणजेची आसा आनी पॅट्रिशान बायन पणजेकारांक उलोय मारला तुमी फुडें येयात आनी आतां जाता तितले बेगीन जे कोण हें काम करता तांकां एकावंटेबल धरपा जाय आनी जें कितें काम हाजी क्वॉलिटी कशी आसा ती पळोवन हाजे फुडें आनीक डॅमेज जावचें ना हाजी प्रिकॉशन आमी आतां घेवचें पडटलें. हांव पणजेच्यान निरज नायक.
I can say this is corruption, this is greed, everyone's trying to make money. We expected after being a smart city, we would be smart enough to solve this problem. The drains have been damaged, so you're making the issue even worse. All the soft areas have been paved, which is, I think, a very wrong thing to do. Do a survey and find out where the old drains are and to strategize. Are we going to see the roads dug up once again for doing up the drainage system? All the money making racket. Will we able to get the city back to what it was before, or at least what it was before smart cities started their work? We have to pull up the consultant and ask for accountability. Ask them who has done this. Whole group of Panjim citizens to say enough is enough. We can't take this any longer.